Have you really thought about this? The trial is going to be everywhere, and so are you.
Have you been following me?
Sorry, I saw the article. Can we talk? Harrison had an affair with Kate, my wife.
Gone.
A few months after we got back together, Kate disappeared. He'll come for you. You know he will.
Has your landlord given you any reason for doubling the rent?
No. He bought the place a couple of months ago. I got the letter yesterday. But there was no warning, nothing. And I'm a model tenant. The rent's always on time. Can you do anything about this?
OK, well, you have rights. So does he. But if he hasn't acted properly...
We'll have him.
We might be able to keep the rent down.
I can't afford to pay what he wants. And he knows that. He wants me out.
OK. Well, it's best if we get in contact with him. I'll put forward your case.
Can we get a face-to-face?
It's not the usual procedure, but I can ask.
Curry. Smells great. Is that tonight's dinner?
That is for Jack to take to Newcastle with him.
What, all of it?
Yeah.
What about Imogen? Do you remember her? She's your daughter, about that big. She's leaving on Friday as well.
I'll sort her out tomorrow.
Karen, you don't have to worry. They're sensible kids. They'll be...
Fine, I know.
The mobile number you have called is no longer in service.
You have got to be kidding me.
Was it?
Did you know about this?
No.
He stands there. He thinks he can stand there in full view groping our daughter.
Sit down.
No, I won't.
Take a deep breath.
Mom, Dad. Hiya.
Hi.
You remember Kingsley?
Salutations.
Oh.
He's out of his flat for a few days, so...
Yeah, landlord problems. Clearly they value their rent getting paid over great art.
I said that he could crash until it's sorted.
I'll deal with this.
Let me.
What?
Thank you for coming so promptly, Mr. Chowdhury.
This is a business decision, Mr. Hollins. When I bought the house, I saw his rent was far too low for the area. If he can't afford the rent, I want him out quickly.
Do you want someone to represent you?
No.
The rent is on the low end for the area, but that's a reflection of Mr. Donald's long-term tenancy. Besides doubling the rent...
I can charge a higher rent to someone else. This area is up and coming.
He has rights.
So do I. How much do you know about him?
He only came to us this morning and asked us to represent him. There he is. Would you just give me a second?
Good. Let's sort this. Excuse me.
What are you doing here?
I wanted to check up on what was happening.
Well, he's here. And he's up for a meeting now. He seems reasonable, so I'm sure we can work something out. Are you studying that?
No. I read it every day. He was misunderstood.
Put it away.
He knows what I believe.
Which is?
I don't think the races are meant to live together. They stay in their country, we stay in ours. Everyone's happy. You're English, aren't you?
Yes. Why?
White, working class, English people. We don't get justice in this country anymore. Not when there's immigrants involved. I'll get kicked out. And they use my tax money to redecorate and fit satellite TV for him.
Then why did you come to me?
Citizens' advice couldn't help.
Really? I used to work there. So, we were second choice?
My girlfriend's 7 months pregnant. I'll try anything to keep the place.
Wait here. You let me do the talking.
No,
It's my home too.
not for much longer.
I was so looking forward to getting to know you guys, but I I don't want to cause any bother. Maybe I should just...
Yeah, maybe you should.
No, I said that you could stay, and you've got nowhere else to go anyway. You can't just sleep on the studio floor. You're embarrassing me.
Can we all calm down, please?
I am calm. It's not like he's going to be sleeping in my room. Why have you taken such an instant dislike to him?
Saves time.
Fine, he's crashing in the spare room.
I said no.
Who is the teenager?
Now you know what kind of man he is. We can stop this nonsense about his rights.
His beliefs have nothing to do with his rights.
He will not thank you, you know. He wants to be a victim.
The new rent, in my view, is prohibitive and unfair. Mr. Donald, I'm sure, is not averse to a rent increase, but a fair one.
I can get someone who'll pay the rent I charge. See, he's not interested. Can't we just sue him? I have my lawyers do, Mr. Hollins. They assure me I have done everything properly. Can you say that in English?
Mr. Donald has a lease signed in good faith, and that affords him some protection.
You would protect a racist?
In terms of this dispute, the law sees no relevance in his beliefs.
I'm British. He's a racist. How can it have no relevance?
In English.
Carl! His girlfriend is pregnant.
Wonderful. The pitter-patter of little racist feet. Why should I accommodate someone who hates me?
Hates is inflammatory. I'm sure he doesn't hate you, do you, Carl?
Mr. Chowdhury, why don't you go home? Every time I try to talk to him, it is this. It is racist and offensive. Is it not?
Yes, it is.
What? He's not going to change his mind. Might as well have some fun.
Look, just because someone's black, Asian, Irish, Jewish, whatever, you cannot tell them to go home.
It's just banter.
The worst bigots always say it's just banter. It's not, it's disgusting, and I don't want to hear it. Get out.
You see, people like me, we don't have rights. Not really.
The patient's wife's called Kate Redmond. I think you've treated them both before.
Kate Redmond, right. Yeah, I used to see her reasonably often until about 2 years ago. Hang on, she was the one that disappeared. Right there. Alex Redmond, the husband, fell into depression, wasn't coping, lost his job. Kind of fell off the radar, hasn't been back since. Do you have concerns about him?
Yes.
Such as?
He's still in Lethbridge, he still needs help.
Has he done something?
I think he's a danger to himself. How are you booked for today?
Wait. Mate, you have to understand something.
Oh, we're mates now, are we?
No.
You're not trying to help me. You're just trying to show what a good liberal guy you are. And then you can go back to sneering at people you think you're better than.
It was an expression. Look, you're your own worst enemy.
How'd you figure that?
You want to keep your home? Are you telling me that that behaviour is going to achieve it? You came to me this morning and you made nice, so I know that you can fake being a civilised human being when it suits you. It's not my job to try and change you. It's my job to protect your rights, that's all. Now, if you love your place as much as you say you do, and you want to be a man about bringing this child into the world, then my motives don't matter. What matters is putting a roof over that baby's head. We've got a strict anti-racism policy. If you keep this up, you are on your own. You understand? Go home. I'll work out the next move.
The sheer banality of it makes it transcendental. He surrendered to the sheer repetition. As the spirit saw. I had an out-of-body experience watching Loose Women once.
Oh. What is this?
Kingsley's clothes, pictures, stuff he needs for the next few days.
I never actually agreed to...
My sarong?
Oh, come on, Karen is wearing a dress.
You like it?
The jocks. Now, they can get away with wearing skirts just about. But you can't.
Oh no, it's liberating. It takes a real man to be in touch with his feminine side. Look, I've got a spare. I'd really, really like you to have it, Mr. H. Bring out the fire in your eyes. Oh. My dealer.
What?
His art dealer?
Did I bang my head when I went into the shower or something? Because before I went in, this was our home, and now I've come out, it's Brummie Shaw!
Amy is a smart girl. She'll work him out soon enough.
Oh, she's a smart girl who was daft enough to get involved with him in the first place, and I never said he could stay.
Look, I'm going to talk to him. You distract her. Amy, your dad wants a word. Come on, go on.
Yeah, go on.
Kingsley. Come and sit down. I'm ever so glad we can have a talk. Because much as it's lovely having you here, this is a really difficult time for us. Both our kids are leaving home. That's why Rob's a bit prickly.
Yeah, I understand totally.
And then there's this bloke called Harrison.
Oh yeah, him told me. That was awful. Jack being in a coma. You must have needed so much strength to cope.
Yes, it was. It was as tough as it gets.
Well, that's the thing about mums. All mums. They're the rocks that keep the rest of us anchored. Amy's really lucky to have you. Look, Mrs. H, I really don't want to intrude.
Well, if you are stuck, of course you must stay tonight. But if you've got anywhere else you can crash, Rob and I would be ever so... What?
Sorry, it's just the way the light's playing on your skin and profile. Don't move. Your profile is breathtaking. It's classical, but modern at the same time.
I just love his spontaneity.
You've modelled before, I can tell.
Well, life classes. In the nuddy and everything.
Don't move, please.
Brian. Carl Donald, yeah. Why?
I'm giving you a week to get out. I'm going nowhere. All right, one day to get out.
All right, silence. You two are giving me an earache.
What happened?
I'm this close to nicking this pair of muppies. They tell me you're involved in this. You sort it. 1 minute. Landlord's trying to stop the bloke talking to the other tenants.
They avoid him anyway. He's a freak.
Anyway, it's all kicked off. 999 got called. Someone's put in this door.
He did it. He vandalised my property.
Shut up!
My dad know about this.
No, he's on night shift.
I represent Carl. Let me talk to him.
Be my guest. If it's not sorted out here, I'm nicking the pair of them.
Let me see your hand.
Show him your hand.
You damaged the door, didn't you?
I wanted to access my property. He refused.
Landlords can't just show up and demand to be let in. There are procedures.
I want this racist out. This Englishman's home is his
You ain't
castle.
an Englishman! See? See?
You, outside.
Jack!
Hello?
Mr. Redmond, it's Dr. Cassidy.
Look, I'm really sorry I was so dismissive yesterday.
With this Harrison business, you turning up like that was a little scary.
Are you there?
Yes. I'm sorry. Scaring you was the last thing I wanted to do. All I can do is apologise.
I'll get over it.
Look, this signal's not great. It would help if we met up to talk this through. I'd love to buy you a drink and apologise properly.
I really don't think that's a good idea.
I don't think I'm the best person to help you. I've spoken to Dr. Clay. I think he can do more for you than I can.
Well, he's got a slot today.
I clocked Carl as soon as I got here. Took me a while to remember, but...
Remember what?
Well, you ask your old man. I've got a dreadful memory for faces, but names? I'll never forget a name.
Is there a point, Brian?
Carl Donald. He was nicked a year ago on suspicion of a racist attack. A newsagent in South Lethbridge. Old fellow by the name of Chowdhury.
It's a common name?
Victim was in hospital for months. Carl Donald admitted nothing. But I wonder if our victim's related to your fella here. So, did our chowdhury buy this place in order to put your fella out?
No. I told you this is not about my father. This is business. You lied about the door. Why should I believe you? If you won't believe me, then why ask me? You defend his rights. Where were you to defend my father's rights? He's too scared to leave the house now. But none of you care about that. As far as I'm concerned, he is an animal. And an animal does not have rights.
It's amazing, Mum.
There we go.
Oh, it's lovely.
Phew. There's nothing worse than doing a portrait of someone and they hate it. My gift to you.
Oh, yeah, it's lovely.
I want it framed.
Well, it's easy when you've got a model as luminous as Mrs. H. She's a muse, a Venus, and an Earth Mother, all rolled into one.
A genuine Kingsley. I should flog it and retire.
Oh, it's not my signature style. Basic art school stuff, really. Emmy's already much better. But, there you go. A Kingsley original.
Oh.
A masterwork from my sofa period.
I'm not selling it.
You want to know why he doesn't want me talking to the other tenants?
Dazzle me.
Because their rents ain't going up. That proves he's discriminating against me. Because I'm English. Because I believe in the English people.
Enough. Did you attack his dad?
What?
Hey?
A racist attack on a newsagent in South Lethbridge a year ago. Was it you?
It was Chowdhury's dad.
We're the real victims here. The victims of a bigot. He's the real racist.
That's how the real racist works. Start a battle, then accuse the other guy of being a bigot.
He started this.
Not if you attacked his father, he didn't.
You want this to blow up. You want to be the poster boy for the white underclass, hounded out of their jobs and homes by immigrants. Take that as a yes.
So, Jack, how are you going to sort this out, then?
You're encouraging him.
I'm just trying to be a good hostess.
He wants a cup of tea, Mum. Could you put the kettle on? Do we have any green tea?
What do you think?
Oh, fine, I'll go to the shops next.
No, it's okay. I was just about to pop out.
No!
Oh, will you, Mum? Thanks.
They can have Yorkshire tea like everybody else.
Dad, you are so stuck in the 70s.
You know what? I've made my mind up. I want him out.
If this is how we treat guests now, then I think I don't even want to be here.
Really?
It's not his fault.
Oh, you're right there. If you would have had the common courtesy to warn us or even ask us and not treat this house like a B&B, then I might have thought...
I'm going to have a private word with your dad.
What?
Think this is funny?
Me? No. Sometimes people are stupid and you can't sort things out. You just have to stop them battering one another. When you're older, you'll realise that.
You've been spending too much time with my dad. I'm not little Jack anymore. I don't need to be older.
Prove it. Well, they're not exactly grown up, are they?
Why did the police let Carl go?
Didn't have a positive ID. There was insufficient forensics to make the charge stick in court.
But how certain were they that it was him?
Pretty certain. But his lawyer did his job, got the charge dropped. Told your mate to do one. But he's guilty. All they've done is lie to us, both of them. They're really not worth fretting over.
Carl's not been totally straight with me, but he didn't actually lie.
What?
Don't want to smoke inside your house. And, to be honest, I was hoping we could have a little chat, man to man.
You're at a bit of a disadvantage there.
See, Mr. Hollins, I've always got this. Just for being a bit different, you know. I got it all the time at school, but it was worse at home. You see, I never conformed to what my dad's idea of a man should be. He wasn't shy about letting me know about it either.
I bet. Do you still talk to him?
Nah, but I can live with that. When we were still talking, I used to ask him, you know, what was it exactly that he couldn't stand about me? Never got an answer. So now I'm asking you, Mr. H. Rob, what is it exactly that you can't stand about me? Now, you give me a decent answer and I'll go. I won't leave Imi because she's a smart, talented, beautiful girl and I respect her a lot, but you won't have to see me again. You must have had some right battles with your old man, so you should know.
How do you know that?
I don't.
Has Imi been coaching you? Telling you how to soften me up?
No.
Has anything you've just said been true?
Im did mention your dad, but only because I was telling her about mine.
Now, I don't like you very much. And I like you being with my daughter even less. So I'm watching you. If you mess her about, well...
There's no way they're going to be able to sort this out peacefully. So we'll just wait and see which one breaks the law first. And they will do, believe me. Then we'll sort it our way.
And then you and Dad will have a good laugh about it during your breaks.
We've got better things to talk about.
This is dodgy ethically, and my boss would hit the roof, but if it keeps the peace. Mr. Chowdhury? I called CID about Carl Donnell. Wanted to know a bit more about your father's attack. What did the police tell you when they let him go? They had no evidence. What they told me is that they cleared him. See, they don't like saying that to relatives because they never know when new evidence is going to come to light, but their inquiry's cleared, Carl. I don't blame you for wanting to hurt the guy who attacked your father, especially when it looks like he's going to get away with it. But it wasn't Carl. You're a fair man. No one is saying that Carl is an angel, but he doesn't deserve this. PC Miles here could arrest you for the damage to the door.
It's my house.
It doesn't mean you can trash it. He could also arrest you for maliciously lying when you blamed Carl. But he's not going to arrest you, as long as we can resolve this peacefully now, today. Are you?
No.
So what do you say? We'll drop the rent increase, leave him on the same rent as all the other tenants, and forget about the eviction. After all, he is an innocent man.
Yes, I suppose.
Thank you, Mr. Chowdhury, for being reasonable.
Remind me never to play poker with you.
Holland's the Legal Advice Centre kicks ass.
Switch it off, Rob. Rob!
Why couldn't she bring home a nice, decent lad like Ryan?
We've forgotten how she met Ryan. Maybe you prefer it if she brought home a girl, that was fun. Kingsley might not be what we would want for him, but he's not so bad.
He is.
No, he's an artist. He's a bit up himself, maybe, but yeah, he's giving you a lot less to be all angry dad over than some of the others. You gotta stop being like this. You're gonna drive them together. Haven't you worked that out yet? The smart move is to be neutral.
You're just not ready to let her go. And you hope that this idiot makes her stay.
This is her last week at home. I do not want to push her away. Is that so bad? Get in there and play nice and say you can stay. Anything else would be really, really stupid.
I want him charged.
You'll send someone round to fix it. Don't push your luck.
You didn't get the battle you wanted, but you got a home for your kid.
Jack.
Not even a thank you. I feel dirty.
You'll represent worse than that if you're going to be a lawyer. He was up for a battle and you stopped it. You also spared me spending the next hour doing paperwork for an arrest, so cheers. You sure you don't want me to tell your dad?
No. I mean it. It's got nothing to do with him.
Shame. He'd be proud of you.
Hi, Dr. Cassidy.
Mr. Redmond, what are you...
I saw Dr. Clay. It didn't help. I saw your car was still here. I think only you can understand. Is there any chance I can come in? Or or we could go somewhere. Please.
Is that Jack's curry? Yep. Right then. I'm off to work.
Night, love!
Night, Dad.
Yeah. Night, Rob.
Brian.
Yeah, listen, mate. Don't tell Jack I told you this, but you should be proud of him.
This is delish, Mrs. H. Best curry this side of Mumbai. You know, I always say that curry's the most spiritual food.
Oh, well, thanks, Brian. It's good to know that I can count on at least one of them not to make a complete idiot of themselves. Cheers, mate. Bye.
This really isn't a good idea. I can't be neutral or impartial about Harrison.
I don't want impartial. I want someone who understands who, what he is. I know you're the only one who really knows what he's like. I know he killed my wife.
I'm sorry. I could do more harm than good, no.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Redmond.
Last night, you called me.
But this is an opportunity.
What for?
To ask him.
Alec?
To find out what he did with my wife. Harrison? Harrison!
You have to stop this.
I can't do that, Elaine.
Ooh, should Elaine have let Alex in?